One of the many great features of Katana is its ability to work in a non-destructive, hierarchical manner through a process called inheritance. So how does inheritance work? A great analogy of this is our own ancestry, where certain genetic traits can be passed from generation to generation. If we look at this primitive example here, we can see that we have a couple of different lineages. We have our red gnome lineage and our blue gnome lineage, which produces our yellow gnome. Now, adjusting one of the grandparents will adjust the parent, and finally the child. So if we scale this guy up, we'll see that it scales everything up. If we scale the other side of the lineage, we'll see the same effect. There are two main types of inheritance in Katana, parameter and attribute. We'll go over parameter inheritance today, as it's something that you'll be using much more on a daily basis. In order to understand how our analogy relates back to Katana, we'll first need to look at the icon to the left of any parameter or attribute. This is called a state badge, and will tell us the current state of this parameter or attribute. There are many different states that the parameter can be in, however, we'll be focusing on 3 of these. The grayed out D, which means that the parameter is a default value and has not yet been adjusted by the user. The bold yellow L, which means that the parameter has been adjusted by the user at this location. And finally, the soft yellow L, which means that this parameter has been adjusted by the user, however, this adjustment is currently being inherited from another location. A great example of this process can be seen using materials inside of Katana. The first thing we'll notice is that we have 2 dragons. The one on the left is our parent, and the one on the right will be our child. To create some variation, we'll want our dragons to have similar shaders, but not quite the same. However, we don't want to have to rebuild our entire shading network. Rather, we want to inherit as much as we can from the parent shader. We can do this through a material node inside of Katana and set the action to create child material. We'll then need to let Katana know which material we wish to inherit from by dropping our dragon parent material into the location parameter. We can now see that we have some parameters that we've already exposed for inheritance. We can then modify these parameters and assign this shader to our child dragon location. And we'll see that we have the exact same shader, except for the one modification that we've made to the diffuse color.